Well, I'm here with Dr. John English, the Executive Director for the Bethesda Health Clinic in Tyler, Texas. Dr. English, can you tell us a little bit about Bethesda for those who aren't familiar and how the ministry got started?
Sure. Bethesda Clinic is a community-supported medical and dental clinic here in Smith County. So we receive no federal, state, or even city funding at this point. It got started as a kind of an outreach of First Baptist Church. They had a facility, and then after years of planning, in 2003, we were able to finally open the doors, and since then it's just exploded, and we've continued to fill that building. The main purpose for it was to fill a gap. People who, adults between the ages of 18 and 64, who no longer would qualify for Medicaid or CHIPS, who before the age of Medicare need health care, primary health care. And the problem was there was just really not a great answer for those that were low income and didn't have insurance. And then from there, it kind of grew into dental care, and that started about a year and a half after the initial medical care. And so what we've become is a kind of a mixture of some staff that the community has helped sponsor, and a large volunteer pool of some of the best doctors in town who come down and help with specialty and primary care both. And now we have about a 14,000 square foot facility, state-of-the-art, top-notch equipment, and folks that are in there, and we're able to provide care for thousands of patients every year. We see about 4,000 individuals making up about 16 to 18,000 visits every year coming through. So a very busy place that just continued to grow.
One of the things that's really been cool to see is to get all the reports about how Bethesda actually compares to for-profit clinics around the country. Can you speak a little bit to some of those?
Well, it's a great point you made. A lot of our patients deal with diet, obesity is a big issue, so we do have a wellness component. And by adding in a lot of extra things, we certainly do the medical care, the medications, the lab work, also the wellness care, getting them moving, eating healthier, social work. It's a big part as well. And by having a team of folks to do that, we're able to compare things like diabetes control, high blood pressure control, depression, getting people under control. And so we're able to compare to national guidelines out there, and we far and exceed that. Not only are we able to provide a low-income group with an affordable health care, but part of our mission was to always have it high quality. And we think we meet that as well, thanks to a lot, in part, to all of our volunteers and folks that come in.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So you're speaking of the mission there. What is the mission of Bethesda Health Clinic?
Well, the mission is we're a Christ-centered clinic, so we always want to honor Christ in what we do, and our mission behind it was to be Christ in action. And so to provide a high-quality, affordable health care for those that are uninsured and underinsured in our community.
Yeah, and what's really cool to see and looking through actually what does the flow look like when a patient first comes into the clinic is the first person that they talk to. That's really their main focus, is to share the gospel with them as well as figure out what their needs are physically. So it's really cool to see how that meets together right off the bat.
Right, exactly. And as Jesus talked about in John about having the abundant life. I came not only to have life, but to have it abundantly. We took that on as really our vision. To do that, you have to be physically doing well, emotionally doing well, and spiritually doing well. And so it's really cool to be able to do all three of those.
So what is your personal life purpose, and how do you think you're able to live that out through your work at Bethesda?
I think, like a lot of folks, our life purpose is to find that place, that sweet spot where God has called you to serve. How can you go and honor Christ in whatever you do? And there's a lot of different professions and ways to do that. For whatever reason, God has always kind of called me toward a group like this. More folks that have just maybe had some bad breaks or things along that line. How can you help them and do that? Certainly you can do it financially, and I've been able to do that with different groups through the years, but also to be feet on the ground and just personally get to know folks like that. So I think the life purpose has been to take what God's equipped you with, go apply it, make a difference in people's lives, and honor His name in doing that.
We've been just talking about how you can use the gifts that God's given you to really pour into different ministries. And for people out there who really see Bethesda as being a fit for their skill set, or also who want to support the ministry financially, where can they go to find out more about that, or who can they contact?
Well, certainly they can contact the office, which is, through phone, 903-596-8353. And Diane Thomason is our development coordinator. We also have a volunteer coordinator there as well. Yeah, the website's probably our best information. There have places there if somebody wants to volunteer. There's a little portal where you can go and say, I want to be a volunteer, and somebody will contact with that. Certainly there's abilities to donate online. So the best bet would be the website though,
Okay.
BethesdaClinic.org.
So thank you, Dr. English, for letting us know a little bit more about the clinic and how we can get involved.
Well, thanks, Josh, for allowing us just to come and share this, and particularly for your work with us on the board.